Hello, everyone. Mystic Magic Lady here. It's a little bit different today. I don't know what happened, but I was in the middle of your our reading here and stopped recording by accident. So I'm gonna go ahead and start over. But let's just get into it right away here. So September 28th, here we are. The energy of today. We have the Five of Discs in reverse that came up, okay, along with the Hermit, okay. So this is an energy of really seeking the light within, right? Okay, the Hermit really goes within, tries to shine the light, his inner light, and really find the answers that you seek, okay. This is all about really going within. It's a solitary kind of energy. um, and with the Five of Discs in reverse, because it's in reverse, that is an energy that usually five of discs is usually conflict, right? So we have two fives on the board, but since it's in the reverse, it's not as heavy of a conflict, okay. This is learning how to find ways out of the conflicts and struggles, okay. Learning how to take care of yourself, different ways that maybe you can um, meet your responsibilities and your financial burdens, okay? So it's really being able to not overwhelm yourself with worry about your stability and finances, really trying to get out of the conflict in in your head, and really going within and finding that light, stepping away from the negativity and the worry and being overwhelmed. Okay, so this is really learning, being able to learn how to take care of yourself and finding solutions, and looking at different ways of how to meet your responsibilities, how you could take care of yourself, uh, and really not being overwhelmed with worries and financial burdens. Okay, the challenge, however, is the Ten of Swords in reverse with the Knight of Swords. Okay, so this Ten of Swords is, being able to end things that have been a struggle. Okay. And again, so we have this energy of, you know, trying to get out of the struggle and the conflict and not overwhelm oneself. There's still, though, things that need to end. It's still a process. And the challenge is really to take action, clear action, right? With the Knight of Swords, being able to move forward, take clear action in a new direction, because there's things that need to still end, and you're releasing, we're working on it. These are, old ego attachments, fears, negative thought patterns. A lot of it is just, all in the mind, these mental conflicts. We're trying to end that. And so there's still a little bit of a challenge. That's a challenge, still trying to, end things that are not serving you, letting go of the fears and the mental anxieties, right? And being able to move forward in a new direction with, clear, with a clear mind. So that is what we're working on. That is the challenge. It is a process. We've had this devil energy that keeps coming up. Saturn is in retrograde, the planet Saturn, which is it's creating a lot of tension for people. It's creating people to really look at where they are tied to these old cycles, these old negative patterns, things that they're really trying to release that aren't serving you anymore, right? So we're going to still be dealing with that. It's a process. Keep seeking the light within, okay? Keep seeking that light within when those fears and negative habits creep up, because they still do. It takes a long time to disentangle ourselves sometimes from these cycles and these patterns that and habits, things that we've been taught, things that we've taught ourselves, that are negative and a low vibration. And what I mean by that is that, when you get stuck in that worry, that fear, that anxiety, it's really, you have to make a conscious effort to try and turn that seek that inner light and turn those fears and negative thoughts into something more positive. Instead of focusing on the struggle, focus on the solutions. And that's what we're going to do here, because the outcome is the Five of Swords in reverse. Okay, so there's two fives, but since they're both in reverse, that's a good sign. That means that we're walking away from the struggle and conflict. We're not going to engage in the drama, either with other people or with your own mind. You know, it's trying to get out of that negative thought pattern. It's releasing that. It's, you know, catching yourself and trying to turn your thoughts around instead of getting stuck on the negative. You know, turn it into a positive. You know, look at how you can focus on something that is more uplifting. Okay, because focusing on the problem and the conflict is not going to get you anywhere. But when you try and raise your thought patterns and try and focus on solutions, that might be more helpful. And also, you know, really watch how you talk to yourself. So this is, you know, letting go of those mental blocks, letting go of the conflicts and maybe the mean, nasty things you say to yourself, and maybe to other people. It's you know, being able to deal with other people in a more kind way, not being nasty, not, you know, trying not to fight or quarrel. Okay, and that Seven of Wands clarifying that energy, which means, you know, this is really trying to elevate yourself. Like I said, you know, seeking that light within. And the Seven of Wands is all about, you know, becoming, you know, the best version of yourself. This is about really taking yourself and rising above these dramas, rising above conflicts and, you know, negativity that maybe you've been stuck in the past. Okay, so again, it's a challenge, but we're still releasing and closing these cycles, because there's definitely this energy of wanting to better yourself, wanting to rise above anything that has been a struggle. Okay, you know, closing those cycles, letting things go, choosing not to participate in negative thinking, in negative behaviors. Okay, and trying not to engage in conflict with others or with yourself in your mind, or drama with others. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna pull a card over here from the Flower Fairies. It's been a while, but I want to see what they have to say. Okay, let's get a little message here. I know that we're still struggling and really trying to disengage from these old negative situations, patterns, thought processes. You know, we have a lot of swords on the board here, so that's a lot of mental energy. Okay, intellectual energy. You know, how you're thinking, what your thinking patterns are. You know, and really, I like that these are, like I said, in reverse, because the conflict is ending. Okay, you're letting things go. You know, it's still a challenge, but it's ending. You know, choosing not to participate in that type of thinking anymore, and really, you know, rising above, finding that inner strength that we have, and, you know, and seeking that inner light and finding the true answers, and rising above, and finding that strength to let go of those old patterns and old negative habits, and stepping away from drama, fighting, conflict. Okay, and let's get some advice from